What's up, guys? Welcome back to the garage. So today we are going to be doing a little bit of fab work to the homies Izzy's EG hatchback. So some of you guys may have seen that car around. It's local here. It's the homie Izzy. He's the one that actually does my detailing for my truck. He comes basically every other 2 weeks, every 3 weeks to come detail it and wash it. He works for a dealership, and he's also a broker, so he can help you actually get cars without all that damn stupid markup. So we've been talking for like the last, I'd say like 2 weeks. We actually spoke when he was here washing my truck about 2 weeks ago, and he was asking me that what I would charge him to basically fab up a little bit of exhaust work for him. And I honestly told him that I wouldn't charge him anything, just to go ahead and cover the cost of the materials, and which with the materials I can go ahead and get cheaper because it's from my sponsor, Performance Tube Bending. So I reached out to Performance Tube Bending, and yeah, they jumped on board. They helped me out. They gave me a good discount, and so we got him a bunch of stainless steel tubing along with some 90-degree bends and also 2 bullet flanges. All we're going to be doing to this car is basically a mid pipe, the midsection, to where he's running I believe he's running the GSR exhaust. I'm not 100% sure yet. I haven't really looked into it. He actually just dropped it off maybe about like 20 minutes ago, and I was inside the garage actually fabbing up the downpipe for this. If you guys remember on the last couple of videos, I did one and it looked like complete shit, so I ended up redoing it, guys. So way better, more appealing. You know me, it kind of matches the intake manifold or the exhaust manifold, and it flows down there, and you can see it has the bellow down there and everything else. So just way better in my opinion compared to a straight 90 that was just cutting across. For me, it just looked like shit. So this is the homie Izzy's EG hatchback, and he actually just recently, and I mean recently, just swapped it, man. And now it's full B series, and it's a Type R. So he did just finished swapping it over, so that's the reason why we need to do the exhaust work on the car. So we're going to be doing from where the rear exhaust meets to the header goes. So it's a Type R header, and I believe, oh, it's actually a spoon if I'm not mistaken. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing it basically from over the rear LCA down that way. We're going to put the 90s, and then we're going to go ahead and go all the way straight forward, and we are going to be adding a resignator. We're only doing 2.5-inch piping anyways, so all that should line up and tuck up as much as possible. I'm going to try to get up as much as possible because the car is low. So let me go ahead and move around all the damn cars and let's get the car inside the garage, because I do have a few hours to be able to spend on the car today, and then we should be able to finish it up tomorrow, guys. So let's go ahead and play musical cars. So Izzy's car is dead, so the battery is no good because it's been sitting for a couple months, and I believe he's supposed to be replacing. He's supposed to get a new battery for it tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Auto 1 jump starter. Let's move my son's car and we'll jump start that one right now. Also, guys, we were supposed to be working on this car here, my son's, but unfortunately my homies came and rather take care of the homie than doing the whole suspension to this one that we're going to be doing, or he's going to be doing. And we'll show you guys that one probably on the next one. I know I keep saying the next one, but you know, trying to help a homie out right now and getting this car finished so that he can drive it, because that's all he really needs is just the exhaust work, alignment, and I believe he has to do the ball joints or the wheel bearings for that car. Sorry, guys. All right, so car is up on jack stands to where I can get under it and I can do what I need to do. So just to show you guys a little bit, all we're doing is from the donut from the header straight down the middle. We're going to follow it along, follow the curve, and get to this section here because the flange is already there. So I'm not sure, we might need a gasket for that or what, but he can always solve that later on because I didn't get that. I might need a donut, but basically we're just, like I said, we're just doing that whole piece right there. We're probably going to put the resonator in this area so we can get the hook off of that one underneath the bar so it'll maintain the exhaust in the center. So not too bad. I don't think it should be that crazy, but this is my first time really attempting a full exhaust except for my own, and I'm just really doing this to get more knowledge, get more acquainted with it, and learn, you know what I'm saying, and challenge myself. Even though to some people this isn't a challenge, for me it is. So let me go ahead and take up some mock-up things and try to figure all this out right now. Alrighty, so this is my piece right here. Thank God, this is gonna be pretty easy. It should be easy, relatively easy, but again, you know, everything can always be challenging. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, and then once I get under there, bolt it all up with the jack underneath, I can hold it, put the resonator kind of where I feel like it needs to go, and then from there we'll start the rest of the bends, the 90s and transitions. So I want to try to get all that kind of situated in reality, try to make sure everything will flow correctly, because again, you know, this is my homie's car and this is going to be a product of my labor, my work, and I want to be able to showcase what I can make. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to tacking that up, and then from there we're going to tack up other little pieces and see where we need to go from there.
What we do here is go back.
Alrighty guys, so I made a rookie mistake. As you guys seen, I welded that piece on. I was told that the exhaust is 2.5, but unfortunately it is not 2.5. I did not know that it wasn't. I knew it's a Type R swap. I didn't know that the headers were Type R. The headers from a Type R are actually 3 inches, so they're not 2.5 inch. So as I came down here to try to bolt up the 2-bolt flange, it ended up not fitting, and it's actually a 3 inch. So what I got to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and order the 2-bolt flange for a 3 inch. We're going to get a stainless merge to a 2.5, and then we're going to continue with the rest of the 2.5 inch back here. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work backwards. I didn't want to do it that way. I kind of wanted to do it front back so that we can get everything aligned right, but we're gonna go ahead and work from the back now to the front. So let's go ahead and just continue. Alrighty guys, so pretty much that's all I'm gonna do right now. I did it. I only have like 5 more minutes. I gotta leave, but you can see that there, that section right there is gonna get lifted up a little bit more than what it is now. Sorry, let me get my big boy ass down here. I gotta invest one of these damn lifts, man. But this will go up more. We'll put a hanger on it so that way it'll lock in and basically it'll be tucked up out of the way. So from that point on, we still have enough right here to where here is the piping underneath. It just needs to be put on, welded on, and tucked up. And then it'll follow through all the way down. I'm just holding it with the jack. Then it has a resonator right there. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're gonna leave it off tonight. And then once the other parts arrive, we'll go ahead and start welding up all of the piping and get it all fully secured with some hangers. Alrighty guys, so I'm continuing with the car. The exhaust is pretty much hung. There was one thing, I think I mentioned it, we were needing a flex pipe. I ordered that. That should be here today to finish off the exhaust. I got it pretty much hung. The resonator is not fully welded up yet. It's just all the piping. The front section from the header to the resonator with the flange and the reducer is welded up. I also put a hanger on to hold up, and it's holding up perfectly fine. Again, you're really supposed to use a flex pipe to give it some sort of flex to the exhaust, but again, it doesn't look like it's under any tension whatsoever. It's literally just hanging there with the bracket. So I need to add one probably back here, so that way it stops the exhaust from moving around. So I'm waiting for the flex pipe. I'm gonna give it a couple hours, like another hour or so, but this is what I'm trying to prevent from doing. I'm not really trying to hard mount it either, but I would rather try to have it like kind of hard mounted, just so that way it stops from the muffler from doing this around driving up and down the freeway. I just really want it to be solid, and if that flex pipe arrives, then we'll go ahead and get it going. But let's go ahead and do something real quick that my homie ended up dropping off a battery later on in the day, and he wants me to change the battery on from. So I've already started pretty much the process. I have a brand new battery. I forgot where we put it at, but there is a brand new battery we got to put on, and let me find that battery real quick. So the battery is actually in the car, so he brought the battery here. So it is an OEM battery. What I'm gonna see if I can do is pull this sticker off, because he kind of wants it has to be flipped around the other way, and he wants the Honda logo to be seen, but I don't think it's gonna be able to come off if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty stuck on. So let's see how, man, oh man, the way things are falling into place right now. So we got the package from Amazon came in with the flex pipe. So flex pipe is here, battery's here. So let me put the battery in, let me take off the exhaust, cut it, and we're gonna go ahead and do all of what we need to do with the flex pipe and put it on. So yeah, let's continue. Alright guys, so I welded up the flex pipe, put it on. We need a small piece to put in between the resonator and the flex pipe. And some people may say that I'm doing this wrong. I'm not saying I'm doing it correctly. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the flex pipe is supposed to be going before the resonator. It is perfectly fine in my opinion because it's gonna see it's bolting up right there. So we're not having any issues. Another thing is that the donut on the header, and it has springs, so it gives it that a little bit of momentum to move up and down if it needs to be. It's gonna have full tension on the spring still, but it's gonna be able to pivot on the donut and keep it sealed. So when I go up right here, this is as much as we need, which is basically about an inch. So I'm cutting about 1.5 inches to 2 inches so that we can get a little bit in here and a little bit in here, so that way it'll hold a really solid mount and a good weld to it. So I'm cutting that piece now. We should get it finalized right now in a few minutes.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Alrighty guys, so there you guys go. It's all welded up now. Everything is fully TIG welded. It's full stainless steel, 2.5 inch, 2 bolt flanges on the end, resonator, flex pipe, merge collector from a 3 inch. So this is a 3 inch, and the back end is a 2.5 inch because the ITR header is a 3 inch oval, OD inner or ID inner diameter. So here we have everything else. You can see that there is a bunch of movement that we need. It's good to have that because, being a static car, you want the exhaust to kind of be able to flex a little bit and have that leeway because the motor is still going to rock back and forth. So let's go ahead and get this installed and show you guys what it sounded like before. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it on with the exhaust after. So let's get to it, guys, and finish off this video. How loud it is. So this is the before, guys. So let's go ahead and put on the exhaust, show you guys what it sounds like with the exhaust fully mounted. And this is going to be with a spoon rear cab back, so the rear axle back actually. So that's what it has on it. So let's go ahead and get it mounted, guys. All right guys, so the starter apparently has issues, so I didn't want to jump it with the flat screwdriver, so I put it down and I jump started it, and you can see how much more quiet it is. And this is with the spoon muffler, 2.5 inch. So go ahead, Isaiah. Sounds way better than open header, man. Spoon muffler. The car is still low, really low, because it did scrape right there. He said he's gonna raise it up about 1/2 inch, give or take. So the header is the one that's really scraping. It scraped already before that, so not too shabby, man. I mean, for it coming out like that, I'm actually very happy the way it came out. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna go ahead and call the customer, see if he comes picks it up, so we can move on to something else.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Unfamiliar voice. Yes, this is not Brian. This is actually his son. But I'm actually taking over for him because he took my mom out tonight for Mother's Day. So just gonna wait for the guy to get here. He should be here in like 2 minutes or so. But yeah.